G'day guys, Nate here, coming at you with the round 3 preview of Collingwood v GWS Friday night, Marvel Stadium, 7:40 p.m. start. And that's the key right there. Marvel Stadium. 18th clash between the Giants, and this is the first time we're facing the Giants at Marvel Stadium. 9 times at the MCG, 8 times at Giant Stadium. Middle ground, meeting halfway. We're both travelling to Marvel Stadium, a stadium that's got no soul, as Damien Hardwick said 5 years ago. It's good to be back previewing a game for Collingwood heading into the weekend. It's also nice to get away from the bye rounds. I'm not going to rant about opening round and the split rounds and the byes and whatnot. The Giants have the bye next week, so you just know the Giants are going to come out guns blazing against us here, and they typically do so against us as well. They raise their level against Collingwood. We're not well, they're not our bogey side per se. That's more so for Hawthorn. But the Giants, they've got us, Geelong, and Gold Coast. Three teams they write down and they raise their level against those sides. But if you watched the Giants last week against St Kilda, pretty poor showing by the Giants. Lightning delayed the game. The Saints came out swinging early on. The Giants were playing catch up. Their efforts were poor in the first half. The efforts were there in the second half, but the disposal efficiency in the third quarter was pretty shocking. It was only until the fourth quarter, 10, 15 minutes left, where they tried to do something. Lockie Ash creating score involvements and generating scores from the back pocket. But it was too little too late for the Giants. They lost by 4 points to St Kilda up there on their home deck. So you just know we are not going to get a poor Giants side against us here. Quite a few occasions where the Giants come into these sort of games against Collingwood, coming off a loss, a disappointing loss, and they always bounce back against Collingwood. As we're still early in the season, there's no compare the pair just yet in terms of team stats and comparisons and whatnot. Not even a player analysis just yet. I'll save that maybe for next week against the Brisbane Lions and going onwards from there. But my only compare the pair for this sort of video previewing the Giants clash is I'm going to rank personally, subjectively, our losses to the Giants in our history. So we lead the overall head-to-head 9-8. Now I had a video planned for this, ranking our losses against the Giants. Just a fun video, a fun little experiment. So I apologise for the negativity early on in this preview, but copyright. I included footage of each game just for context, but bloody copyright. So I'm going to rank them here. So I'm going to start from just not the worst loss. This is I guess, the least impactful loss, in my opinion, all the way down to the worst loss. So I've got the opening round 2024 clash, losing by 32 points because I didn't watch it live. I was at a soccer game at the time doing my part-time job on the weekends. This was 2 years ago, so have no knowledge of this game. I didn't even watch the replay. I'm not a fan of opening round, clearly. Number 7, I've got round 2, 2018. We lost by 16 points at the MCG. Tim Broomhead braked his leg. That was pretty much it. Yeah, just couldn't get over the line there. Number 6, round 18, 2019. We lost by 47 points. The only thing I remember from that is Jeremy Howe's weird hanger on Jeremy Cameron. I was going to say Jeremy Cameron on Jeremy Howe, but no. Howe's hanger on Jeremy Cameron. They kicked 8 goals to start the first quarter of the Giants, and we were nowhere near them for the rest of the game. The Giants lost to Richmond the week prior. We beat West Coast by a point the week prior. We were going through a form slump at the time. The Giants were still trying to cement themselves in the 8 as well. We were losing our footing in the top 4, and this loss hurt. I mean, all losses against the Giants hurt. Number 5, round 8, 2017. It was our first ever loss to the Giants, 3 points. Stevie J kicking the match-winning goal with less than a minute to go. Fucking prick. Now, I don't have the stats for the game, but I do remember Josh Kelly having a career best game at the time. Might be his best game overall, as I say this in 2026. Number 4, opening round 2025 last year, losing by 52 points. Our biggest loss to the Giants, 6-16-52. I just remember copying it from mates and the media as well for an opening round loss. 2 games to start opening round, and we lost by 52 points, and we copped it from everywhere. We bounced back to win by 91 points. Finished in the top 4. Giants finished in 5th spot, but the rest was history in 2025. But still, biggest loss to the Giants. That's at number 4. Number 3, round 4, 2020. It was COVID, but we lost by 2 points, 9-10-64 to the Giants, 10-6-66. I had optimism in 2020, not because of COVID or anything like that, but we smashed the Dogs round 1, had COVID restrictions and lockdowns, so no footy for 3 months. The draw against Richmond, reigning premiers. We beat St Kilda by 44 points. Then we went up to GWS and lost by 2 points. The Giants were 1-2. They had a good start. They beat the Cats by 6 goals to start the season. Then they lost 2 games after the resumption of the season. And then they beat us by 2 points. And that's the thing as well. They'll have these disappointing form slumps and losses, and then they just beat us the next week. So the form guide doesn't really tell much of a story when we play the Giants. And that was Tom Green's breakout game, emerging game for him. Jeremy Howe has a nasty knee injury as well. So this sort of loss pretty much derailed our season and our push for a flag, to be honest. Number two, round four, 2021. Me personally, I've got this at number two because 5 goal loss. We are coming off that after the siren loss to Brisbane the week before. I think we were meant to play them up there, but because of COVID restrictions up there, they had to come down to Victoria, the Giants. Same with Brisbane the week prior. The Giants were 0-3, and their season was on a knife's edge already. But again, the form guide against the Giants goes out the window, and they turn up against Collingwood, and this pretty much ruined our season. I mean, I thought Brisbane loss destroyed our season, but this started our losing streak, the Brisbane loss, and then this loss here, and the rest was history in 2021, unfortunately. We had a few injuries as well. Greenwood, Sire, Taylor Adams were all injured. Bo McCreary playing his first official game, kicks a goal. I remember as well, there was a bullshit rush behind decision deemed deliberate as well. And this came off a pack. Steel side bottom was trying to rove it, and he socketed it through, not on purpose, but he just couldn't gather the ground ball get, and the umpire deemed it deliberate. And that pretty much cost us late third quarter, final quarter, lost by 5 goals. And obviously, the worst loss against the Giants was the preliminary final 2019. The sort of game where we should have not just beat them, but smashed them. Wet weather footy didn't help us, but also no Toby Green, no Cornelio. Lockie Whitfield had appendicitis as well, I believe. A few other outs as well. They just came off beating Brisbane in the semi-final up at the Gabba. But even then, we just beat the minor premiers in Geelong. So we should have not only beaten the Giants, but we should have had a classic grand final against Richmond. I'm not going to say we could have won that game or not, but it robbed us of a decent grand final, to say the least. And it was a wasted season, as what Nathan Buckley said in the press conference after the game. And it sort of uh, counteracted his philosophy and attitude as well in terms of how he approached the game. For him to say it was a wasted season, but he was right. I mean, 3 goals, 5 up until three-quarter time. The Giants were up by 5 goals early final quarter. We kicked the last 4 goals, 5 of the game. It was camped in our forward line, and we just couldn't get a goal in the last 5 minutes. So that comeback was for nothing. Yeah, it was a wasted game for us and a big opportunity missed to win a flag to end that decade. But yeah, that's to compare the pair. My personal rankings for our losses against the Giants in our overall history. Now's the time to focus on 2026. Updates on our injury list, and it's good news for us as well because recently, as I record this video, Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore are deemed fit and available to be selected for this game. There will be a captain's run Thursday morning, so unless there's updates there, it should look like Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore are going to be available for this game. Bobby Hill has returned to Collingwood as well. It's good to see. He needs the conditioning as well, but based on Craig McRae's comments, it looks like it may be just weeks, maybe 1 to 2 months instead of a full season to get fit and firing. We've got the VFL, 5 on the bench. You'd think at some point Bobby Hill returns, manage minutes and go from there. It will be tough to go from conditioning as well as playing full games of footy. And some more positive news as well. Reef McInnes will play managed minutes against the Giants. I thought he was a few weeks away, but bit of an update there. The only known injury at Collingwood now is Harry Demartia. Stress fracture, or not a stress fracture, but a stress reaction in his back. No timeline. They're going to deload training for him for 2 weeks, and then they'll come up with a proper timeline for his return. But that's it. So we've got one of the shortest, if not the shortest, injury lists in the competition right now. Bask in it, celebrate it. Not celebrate it, but just enjoy it for what it is now, because we've got a fit and firing squad. Hopefully we return guns blazing after the bye. But you see that as well. No Jeremy Howe, no Darcy Moore injured. They should be right to play against the Giants. And that leads to selection speculation. Now, with those 2 players coming in, 2 players need to go out. Who goes out? Because this won't be a like-for-like replacement. We're undersized down back as it is right now without Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore. They come in. It's going to be harsh, but you'd expect Will Parker to be dropped, go back to the VFL, get some confidence. He doesn't need it, but Will Parker will need to earn his stripes again if we've got a fit and firing squad in the short term. And the second player to be dropped, it will likely be Ed Allen. I know Ned Long could be in a bit of strife considering that he hasn't shown much in the midfield besides his tackling and his overall pressure, but he has been tackled a lot, Ned Long, in the midfield. So maybe Ned Long gets dropped. Ed Allen goes into the midfield. Perryman goes into the midfield as well. Josh Dacos as well, with Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore coming in. I can't see who else gets dropped besides Will Parker and one of Ed Allen and Ned Long. I can't see Rowan Steele being dropped. He's kicking goals. He's finding targets inside 50. He's being a presence around the ground. But we have one of the shortest injury lists. The Giants are hammered with injuries so far. They've got 3 players deemed as tests for this game: Aaron Cadman, Brent Daniels, and Toby Bedford. Me, selfishly, I'm thinking, right, you got the bye next week. Just take another week off. Come on. Playing Collingwood, we're not much of a threat to you guys. You raise your level anyway, regardless of who you put on the park for these sort of games. So if Bedford's playing, guaranteed he's tagging Nick Dacos. If Cadman's playing, we've got to be focused and respect their key forwards. And Brent Daniels provides speed and pace around the ground. I mean, the same thing, speed and pace. But he's a point of difference as well. Brent Daniels, got to respect him as well in the midfield and up forward. But again, when it comes to the Giants, they don't really rate us, and they beat us in these sort of games where the form guide doesn't favour them. Like, they've got 2 losses in a row right now. They're coming off an 81-point smacking against the Dogs. They've just lost to the Saints up there when they could have won if you gave them 30 more seconds. A bit ironic, but they didn't lose because of the broadcasting or timing error. They were just shocking against the Saints, but they are going to bounce back against us. It's on us to be able to bounce back ourselves, coming off a 14-point loss to Adelaide. Again, it's at Marvel Stadium, so bit of unknown, I guess, but we are going to be training at Marvel Stadium apparently, so maybe we get our footing right. But just in regards to our recent history, we do lead the overall head-to-head 9 wins, 8 losses. We've never faced off at Marvel Stadium. We do lead the head-to-head in Melbourne, Victoria, MCG to be exact. Not 6 wins, 3 losses from 9 games. The Giants, 5 wins and 3 losses. Just the math is mathing on that one. I did the calculations for the average crowd attendance home and away, excluding 2020, 23,467. So with the cheap tickets as well, I wish they announced that before I booked my tickets in advance. I'd expect it to be about 30, 35,000. I might be generous on that. Hoping for a decent crowd. Hopefully it's all Collingwood, but big opportunity for anti-Collingwood supporters or neutrals to hate watch Collingwood here. Oh, massive opportunity, unfortunately. Just a weird stat as well. I'll bring this up a little bit later, but the Giants at Marvel Stadium, in their history, they're 12-0 when they score 100 plus points at Marvel Stadium. But they're 2 wins, 21 losses, and a draw when they score under 100 points at Marvel Stadium. I saw as well, they haven't won a game when they've scored 86 points or less at Marvel Stadium. The lowest winning score they've ever had is 87. So factor that into previewing this game and hinging your bets on certain results and whatnot. But the last time we played the Giants, we lost by 52 points opening round, 6-16-52 to the Giants, 15-14, 104. And they'll lead into keys to victory and just bringing up that game and what we need to do to nullify that. Going on some key stats regarding the Giants and some attacking stats for us to focus on, nullify them in order for us to win this game, or it's going to go a long way to winning this game. Jesse Hogan, when he scores 3 plus goals since 2023, the Giants are 19 wins, 8 losses. When Jesse Hogan scores 2 goals or less, the Giants are 18 wins, 22 losses. So, again, another stat to factor in. But a weird stat, again, Giants at Marvel Stadium. 12-0 when they score 100 plus points. Just 2 wins when they score under 100 points. And they haven't won a game at Marvel Stadium when they score 86 or less. But I say this, and I'll probably jinx it. We are prioritising our back line. We've got Darcy Moore, Jeremy Howe coming back in. Hopefully that means we can fix our midfield and our forward line. And another factor as well, do we change around our key forward structures? Do we bring in Charlie West? Do we drop someone like Membry or Jack Buller or McStay for that matter? Does Oscar Steen come in, provide a chop out to Darcy Cameron in the ruck, support our midfield group? Who knows? It's all to watch this space. I will have a team selections final word video up tomorrow when the teams are selected, so they'll be Thursday night. And just lastly, the keys of victory for me in this game. First key to victory, just a midfield battle. Midfield. Danger, 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 whatever you want to call it. Uh, going to be interesting with the Giants midfield as it is right now. Clayton Oliver, Finn Callahan's the danger for me. Harry Ralston doesn't play exactly midfield, but he's the sort of player that can absolutely raise his level, have a career best game, and take the game away from us if we don't respect him and his output. So someone like Harry Ralston, if he goes into the midfield, look out for him. Also, our midfield group as well. Darcy Cameron needs to lift in the ruck, but we've also got Nick Dacos, Jordan De Goey, Pendlebury, side bottom. Hopefully Perryman, hopefully Josh Dacos, hopefully more Jack Crisp, hopefully more Bo McCreary. Just looking at that as well, like we've got midfield depth compared to the Giants. The second key to victory, again, keep Jesse Hogan to 2 goals or less. But I am expecting Aaron Cadman to play this game. Grzuski, another key forward as well. Kieran Briggs can go down forward and kick goals as well. Just got to respect the Giants overall, particularly the forward line. But again, we've got to respect guys like Briggs, Riccardi as well, another player who had a mare against the Saints. So expect him to respond. Yeah, it's just Toby Green playing more midfield minutes as well. Maybe he goes down forward at times. Braden Maynard will try and cover him, but that's another player we need to lock down as well. Maybe Perryman plays a tagging role on someone. Who knows? Third key to victory is, for me, at Marvel Stadium, the corridor. Against Adelaide, we weren't looking to switch as much compared to our win against St Kilda. We just went down the line. It was very lethargic. It looked boring at times. Hopefully, it's message and feedback on board for Collingwood staff and how we adjust to this sort of game. We will look to go quick and direct, but can we use the corridor? We know the Giants will use the corridor. They haven't used it as much this year so far, but you'd expect the Giants to use the corridor against us because they raised their level against us. But hopefully, we can counter-attack and use the corridor as well. Dan Houston with his long kicks out of half back, running players, Nick Dacos, Josh Dacos, Pendlebury with his smarts, Bo McCreary as well, Jordan De Goey with his long kicks inside 50, and hopefully we find targets inside 50 and direct in front of goals as well. Another factor as well, kicking set shots, converting our set shots as well, executing on the scoreboard as well. But be prepared to see someone like Lockie Ash and Lockie Whitfield generate scores from the back pocket and use the corridor to be exact. They're going to have their handballing game as well. It was shocking last week. It'll bounce back this week. So it's on us to nullify the Giants' attack and also on us to counteract that as well. And the final key to victory for me is you're only as good as your bottom six players. For me, based on our lineup right now, I'm putting our key forwards in the bottom six, McStay, Membry, Buller, and there'll be a rotation as well. Ed Allen, Will Parker. I'm putting Roan Steele in there, even though he's showing the goods so far. And I'm going to put Ned Long in the bottom six. Now, depending on Jeremy Howe and Darcy Moore coming in, you'd expect Will Parker, Ed Allen, Ned Long, maybe Roan Steele would be harsh to be dropped. So this will likely be amended for the team selections and final word video. But even then, you could put someone like Sidebottom or Pendlebury in there because they will play managed minutes. Jeremy Howe likely plays managed minutes as well, so he could be in the bottom six. For the Giants, they've got a few players that will be in the bottom six. Laverde, Delana, Brzezinski, Leka Lee likely gets called up with no Jack Buckley and no Sam Taylor, so key defender there. Angwin, Gothard as well, but they had good games against the Saints, to be honest. But they got depth players as well that could come in. They'll be in the bottom six. So got to be able to respect them. But also another key to victory. Again, I'll just summarize it again. The bottom six players for either team. That will be the point of difference to winning this game. How they perform, how they fare. Rowan Steele hopefully kicks goals. Hopefully our key forwards kick goals. Hopefully those two games, that's the worst we're going to get from our key forwards. I won't have a bold prediction for this video. I might have it for the team selections final word video. Expect some changes for Collingwood and also expect some changes for the Giants. It won't be as long compared to this video here, but it's early on in the season, so don't be surprised if the preview videos dwindle down in terms of the duration of it. It's just we're coming off the bye. The Giants, we can go off their form as well. But again, the Giants, they raise their level against us, so you can almost throw the form book form guide out the window for this. Expect a bounce back from the Giants. Hopefully, we get a bounce back for Collingwood. Depending on the weather as well, the roof might be open, but that's all to watch this space. But that's all for this video. What are your thoughts for this game against the Giants? What are your predictions? Who do you want to see lift? How are we going to win this game as well? Don't just say the scoreboard. It's pretty straightforward. But yeah, it's a long preview. I do apologize. I'll trim these down going forward. Once we get into the nitty-gritty of the season, we'll go from there. But that's all for this video. I'll leave you guys all to it. Hoping you guys have had a good week so far. Please be well, please be safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the team selections and final word video. Up the pies.